An update. 5 Mississippi cops are now off the job. We covered this. They basically, according to the allegation, kidnapped 2 black men, held them hostage, sexually assaulted them, shot one in the face, and more, for allegedly dating white women, according to one narrative. Let's do this. Put up the picture. Now, we said from day one that these cops were dirty who did this to these men. All 5 officers who were involved have not been officially terminated after the horror show of kidnapping, violently sexually assaulting, and physically assaulting 2 black men, left one of them men shot in the mouth. The announcement comes months later from Rankin County Sheriff Brian Bailey, earlier accused of covering up the incident. At a news conference on Tuesday, we learned, even though they have been fired, no officers have been charged. Quote, due to recent developments, including findings during our internal investigation, those deputies that were still employed by this department have all been terminated. Bailey said at a news conference, we understand that the alleged actions of these deputies has eroded the public's trust in the department. Rest assured that we will work diligently to restore that trust. The announcement came after the 2 men, Michael Corey Jenkins, 32, and Eddie Terrell Parker, 35, filed a federal lawsuit against the officers earlier this month. The lawsuit claims that 6 county deputies forcibly entered Mr. Parker's home in Braxton, Mississippi, and raided the property without a warrant on January 24th. That's when Mr. Jenkins and Mr. Parker said that they were beaten and stunned with tasers, abused with a sex toy, and made to strip naked in an ordeal that lasted nearly 2 damn hours. Let's put it up. As we've seen time and time again, the torturous incident sparked by an alleged drug bust is not the only heinous crime these officers have committed. Bailey's announcement also follows an Associated Press investigation that found several deputies who were involved with the episode were also linked to at least 4 other violent encounters with black men since 2019 that left 2 dead and another with a lasting injury. Deputies who had been accepted to the sheriff's office's special response team were involved in each and every one of those encounters. Malik Shabazz, attorney at law, seen in the video earlier recapping the incident, commented on the announcement. The firing of the Rankin County, Mississippi Sheriff's deputies involved in the torture and shooting of Michael Jenkins and Eddie Parker is a significant action on the path to justice for one of the worst law enforcement tragedies in recent memory. Sheriff Brian Bailey has finally acted after supporting much of the bloodshed that has occurred under his reign in Rankin County. The next credible and honorable step for Brian Bailey is to resign or be ousted. I concur. Obviously, these officers deserve to be charged. Now, you don't get fired from a Mississippi police department without committing a heinous crime, especially when the victim is a black man. There must be some significant evidence there. Do we know all of the evidence? No, they have not disclosed it to us. They have simply said it was enough for them to be fired. We will bring you the update as it comes. Dear brother, thoughts?
An Associated Press investigation that found that several deputies who were involved in this episode were also linked to at least 4 violent encounters with Black men since 2019 that left 2 dead and another one lasting injuries. I know you said that, but I wanted to reiterate it because that's how we got here. If they were charged then, we wouldn't be here. So the lives and the injuries of these individuals are on the hands of this law enforcement agency in this precinct who could have done something back in the day, but failed to do so. And so that only emboldened these officers, by the way, feeling like they can get away with more stuff. So like you said, there must be some really damning evidence that we don't know about for them to finally fire these individuals. So hopefully there will be some charges.
There's a civil liability doctrine called negligent hire. And that's when you literally either A, hire somebody that you know cannot do the job or they would do the job very poorly, or B, you retain their employment knowing that they have acted in a way that could provide danger to those they serve. And naturally, we have at least evidence of one of those dynamics. And if you do an exhaustive background, if these individuals were cops before they got there, they probably have a history with that previous police department too. We will continue to update the story.